Hello, my name is Yasaman Rohanifar and I'm a PhD student in computer science at the University of Toronto. In this video, I'll be presenting our paper, Kabootar, towards informal, trustworthy, and community-based fintech for marginalized immigrants. This work is done by me and my colleagues at the University of Toronto, Cornell University, and Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology. In the last few decades, the rapid growth of technology has conquered many domains, including finance. The intersection of finance and technology, or FinTech in short, offers a broad range of applications from loans, mobile payments, and investing, all the way to products that facilitate domestic and international money transfers. Despite the recent advancements in this field, most international FinTech services exclude certain populations, especially immigrants from countries that have adversarial political relations with the West. In particular, countries such as Iran, Bangladesh, and Turkey are often ruled out from the mainstream international fintech services due to the existing political conflicts. As a result of these restrictions, the immigrants from sanctioned countries living abroad face limitations in transacting money with their home country, which leads to their economic and political marginalization. Despite such limitations, these immigrant communities still find alternative informal channels to transact money with their home country. In this paper, we investigated the rerouted settings of transnational financial transactions for the Iranian immigrant community living in Toronto, Canada. The existing literature in HCI and CSCW focuses on the two main themes of transnational politics and computing for trust and accountability related to our topic. Research on transnationality focuses on the use of technology beyond the bounds of a single country or culture by studying the frictions and hybrid practices in developing regions. Topics of immigration and informality are frequently discussed in this field of research. In CSCW, trust and familiarity shape the way actors deal with vulnerable situations. The opportunities, risks, and challenges of fintech applications make up another strand of research in this realm, with blockchain technology as a promising emerging solution. Despite its significance, the intersection between trust, transnational politics, and fintech has not received enough attention in the HCI literature, which we tried to address in our study. In this research, we wanted to learn about the factors that shape the international money transfer experiences of the Iranian immigrant community. We also wanted to learn how to approach designing community-based financial applications by leveraging offline community networks to provide trustworthy and reliable money transfer services. To answer these questions, we conducted a three-phase study. In phase one, we conducted a survey to identify the factors that shape the informal international money transactions of the Iranian immigrant community in Canada. In phase two, we conducted a co-design study to verify our findings from the survey and gain a deeper understanding of the experiences of marginalized immigrant communities with international money transfers, as well as to find design solutions. In phase three, we conducted a user study of our proposed design, followed by semi-structured interviews that uncovered opportunities to improve our design. Our findings from the survey informed us about the influencing factors in informal money transactions among immigrant communities and showed that the participants often engage with third parties in informal transactions to transact money with their home country. We also learned about their prior experience with transferring money abroad and the social factors that help them trust others with their money. Despite the valuable information we collected in this phase, several important questions regarding specific cultural nuances, adopted workarounds, and design implications of our findings remain unanswered. Given the sensitivity of our research around the issues of money and immigration, we decided to employ a user-centered design approach in our study. Therefore, we conducted a generative study to get a better understanding of users' needs and reach a solid design decision. The co-design sessions informed us about the immigrant money transferring practices and the role of social connections in having better access to these services. The stakeholders wanted the potential system to be trustworthy and accountable, be available on demand and efficient in fulfilling their requests, provide fair exchange rates for all the users, leverage the existing methods and communities, and offer legal transparency. The storyboards and diagrams that were generated during the co-design sessions helped us arrive at our final design. Based on the proposed design requirements, we prototyped Kabootar, a platform to facilitate international money transfers, especially for immigrants and refugees. In Farsi, the word Kabootar translates to pigeon or dove. Kabootar is a matchmaking platform that brings together pairs of people with similar money transferring requests in opposite directions. We present some of the key findings of the user study here. The participants noticed the resemblance between Kabootar and their existing rerouted methods of transferring money, including reaching out to people with similar interests in messaging applications such as Telegram. As this code suggests, this participant found it easier to understand the transaction process in Kabootar based on its resemblance to their current method of transferring money. We also found that our participants tend to trust a few of the small social circles that they belong to, while putting less trust in the other communities that they're associated with. For example, the following participant, who's a physician, explained that he trusts the people in his field of practice more than others. This teaches us that by identifying the communities that create a sense of belonging in users, we can provide a foundation to establish and grow close-knit communities in network platforms like Kabootar. We concluded our work with design implications for the HCI community. Designing for informal economic activities does not often go hand in hand with the government's policies. This is a relatively novel avenue for CSCW and related disciplines. Our findings suggest that the degree of participation and visibility should be at the sole discretion of users. Studying informal activities requires a deeper engagement and understanding of the users and their practices, which are often absent from traditional formal methods of user studying in CSCW, HCI, and social computing. This calls for employing a variety of novel data collection and analysis methods. Having fallback mechanisms and informal design allows for better trust in system. And finally, the dynamic and ever-changing nature of informal activities requires constant reconfiguration of tools to mold into solutions that cater to the unique needs of communities, thereby placing the users in the driver's seat of technology instead of designing technologies that drive users. We bring to the fore the critical role of trust in bridging the gaps in interdisciplinary spheres, including the intersection of finance and social interactions, and argue for novel design approaches to build and maintain trust in these domains. Building robust and sustainable online communities around finance that allow for users' engagement can help marginalized users trust each other and the system over time and utilize the power of closed-knit networks to transfer money in a safe, transparent, and agile way. In doing so, designing for empathy can promote awareness about the ongoing situations of marginalized communities and further spark ideas and solutions among the CSCW community. While money serves as a medium for the creation and transfer of value, goods, and sentiments, it is also influenced by societies and cultures that utilize it. As observed in our study, state-imposed restrictions such as sanctions are often not aligned with the societal norms, values, and practices. When the political attempts to ignore and overpower the everyday social, as evidenced in the findings of this paper, the society fabricates innovative mechanisms to resist. This demonstrates how money leaves the formal definition of a state-controlled economic apparatus and becomes a social vehicle for sustaining broader shared cultural values that stand up for trust, collaboration, and informality. This wraps up my presentation on the design and evaluation of our community-based financial application, Kabootar. These are a few highlights of our study. First, design for informal practices is understudied in HCI, and yet it has a huge potential to serve marginalized communities. Second, financial transactions often rely more on social trust than institutional reputation. And third, privacy is a non-negotiable aspect in the design of such social technologies. Thank you for your attention. For more information, please refer to the full text of the paper and don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions or comments.